Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA, and today we've got a very, very special one. Listen to me, because I can honestly say this is the only one of these in the entire world right now. So what do we see here? We see an SRT Charger, right? You would think it's just a basic SRT, which is how it started life. But my neighbor Dennis McCarthy, who's known for doing, you know, all kinds of movie cars, Fast and Furious and Marvels and the Batmobile and all kinds of really cool movie cars. Dennis built this one with his crew recently, and they took everything from a 2019 Hellcat Challenger and moved it over to this SRT. Dennis is a picture car guy. He doesn't build high-end custom cars. If you want to pick apart flaws, you would be able to do that on this car very easily. But here's what makes it so special, because there's Hellcat Chargers, right? So there's nothing unique about it being a Hellcat Charger, but it's a manual transmission. That's the part that makes this the one and only in the world. There's other wide-body Chargers, there's other wide-body Hellcats and red eyes, but there's none that I know of. Now, if I'm wrong, I want to hear it from you guys, but as far as I know, this is the only one on the planet at this point that's a manual transmission. Personal opinion, I think Dodge should do this, but you know, I don't think that's in the business plan for what they're doing. But just the idea that this thing's got a Trem-X 6-speed on it makes me excited. Plus, you know, the Hellcat is already your, what, 707 horsepower bone stock. Dennis said they did bigger injectors on here, they did a pulley kit on it, and they did a tune. So this thing's making a little over 800 horsepower, and they've disabled everything on it. So it's got no granny assist. I'm sure it's still got ABS. I suppose we're about to find out when we go for a drive. Even on the interior, you know, you can see it's a little bit, I suppose, crammed in here, as you were saying, Paul, because it's all from a Challenger. It all got moved into here. Everything was Hellcat Challenger moved into this car. But I mean, dude, just the idea right here that it's got a manual transmission on a friggin' Charger. How bitchin' is that? I mean, this is something that, like, I think that should be an option. I think that would be a seriously cool option from Dodge. You know, yes, is paddle shifting faster? Of course it is. But the connection between driver and car often comes into play with that manual transmission. I think it's really cool. I gotta admit, like, you know, this car, in my opinion, it wears these 20-inch wheels really well. I asked Dennis, is it just stock exhaust on here? No, it's not. It's running MagnaFlow, which again doesn't surprise me. MagnaFlow does a ton of work with Dennis. You know, that's mostly what this car is, and I think the fun part's gonna be what we're gonna do right now, which is take it out and go for a drive and see what's it like to drive a manual transmission Hellcat Charger that's been tuned and all the other things I said, so it's making over 800 horsepower. So let's go do the fun part, you guys. We're gonna go for a drive. Before we go for a drive, a big thanks to Fantic T8 Apex Supercharging Jump Starter for sponsoring today's episode. It's a much safer, much more effective way to jump start your vehicle. But not only is it a jump starter, this thing's also got USB in and out to charge devices like your computer, your phone. It's water resistant. It's got a ridiculously bright flashlight, strobe light, and flashing red light should you be on the side of the road somewhere and need people to know that you're there. You can jump start up to 8.5 liter gasoline engines and 6-liter diesel engines. It has 65 watt in and out supercharging. This thing will stand by in the off mode fully charged for up to 2 years before needing a recharge. For more information or to purchase the Fantic T8 Apex, go to fantic.com. That's FANTTIK.com. Now let's go for a drive. Okay, well, the good news is it's not quite as brutal as I was expecting. I gotta admit, I was a little nervous at the first roll on. So I got up around 4,500 RPMs, definitely pulls nicely, but it's not the violence I was anticipating from my neighbors. So when the road straightens out here, I'll roll on just a little bit more and try to get a sense. All right, so here's 3 grand rolling on. Okay, yeah, this thing definitely moves. And it's just as comfortable as can be, I gotta admit, man. I'm a little bit blown away. You know, like I said, it's my first time in one of these. Really comfortable car. It's pretty intense power though. All right, let's dig a little more here. Definitely spins them no problem. I mean, that was first gear, 4,000 RPMs or so, and boom. I mean, I could have spun them all the way down the street. Man, I just love the whine that you get from these things, especially that smaller pulley, man. I'm telling you, the whine you get is just so good, not to mention that just low-end torque power delivery you've got. Once we got on a wide open road there where there was some room to get on it, yeah, definitely a lot of car. Gotta admit, as I was saying while I was doing those flyby shots, not as violent as I was expecting, given that it's a little over 800 horsepower and there's none of the granny assist stuff going on. But you know, this chassis is stiff, the suspension on here is really stiff. I mean, whatever the setup is they've done on this thing, it's stiff. You go into the turns, you feel very little body roll whatsoever. I mean, I'm telling you, like, I dumped the clutch at around 4 grand a couple of times and just kind of modulated throttle. You could have held a burnout down the street. I could have thrown it to second and kept doing it. It's definitely got all the power you could possibly want. I mean, seriously, watch this. Spinning tires, no problem. Yeah, fun car to drive, man. I love, leave it to Dennis to go, let's just do something fun, you know, we'll put a manual and make it a Hellcat and wide body it, you know, put on a bigger wheel, some big Mickey Thompson tires. Well, I can officially say I've driven the only wide-body Hellcat Charger manual trans on the planet. Here's some more Mopar for you as we say goodbye, and thanks for hanging and watching what we do. Later, guys.